Well, one thing that we do on Homework Hotline is we like to go out in the real world, and we like to meet up with people and interview people to see how they use our subject in their jobs and in their daily lives. And Whitney actually went out, and I'll let her tell you about that.
Yeah, so right before spring break, I interviewed the district attorney for Denver County. And so we're going to look at a video now of me talking with him about how he uses language arts in his daily profession. I'm Whitney McCabe, standing in front of the Denver County Courthouse for Real World Apps Language Arts. Tell me about yourself. What is your name and your position?
My name's Mitch Morrissey. I'm the elected district attorney of Denver, Colorado.
So how long have you been the district attorney?
I was elected in 2004, sworn in 2005, so it's been about 9 years.
Did you work in the legal system before becoming the district attorney?
I've worked in the district attorney's office for 30 years. I started as an intern when I was in law school.
So did you always want to be a lawyer?
Since I was about 8, I've wanted to be a lawyer, and specifically a trial lawyer.
So how important do you think the knowledge of English and language arts is in your profession?
My job is about communication, and when you talk about that, both verbally, you have to have the verbal skills that you learn in language arts, but you also have to have the ability to write. A big part of what we do is we write motions to the court. So the skills that you acquire in learning how to write English. Now, of course, when you start talking about legal terms and legal writing, it's a bit different, but a lot of the rules that you learn around grammar, those kinds of things, are extremely important in the practice of law.
Did you enjoy your English and language arts courses in high school?
You know, I always had a difficult time in school. I am dyslexic, and I had a lot of trouble learning how to read, and I had a lot of issues around learning disabilities and learning how to spell and write and those kinds of things. And those were a lot of issues for me. And because of those issues, I loved school, but there were certain courses that just were very difficult for me. Based on that, I think that if I wanted to accomplish the goals I wanted, it really had to work hard, or I would get so frustrated that I would give up.
What advice would you give a high school student who may be considering becoming a lawyer?
Well, if they want to be a trial lawyer, what I suggest they do is you've got to do well in school. To get into law school, you want to go to a good college. You want to be able to do well on tests, because everybody has to take these LSATs and all of these kinds of tests now. But the other thing I always tell people that want to do what I do, that they need to take classes where they stand on their feet and they make arguments. And I know that some of the Denver public schools, for instance, compete nationally. They debate the Constitution. They go back to Washington, and some they win, and they're very good at that. You need to be able to express yourself in almost every profession that we have. And you need to be able to do that verbally, and you need to be able to do that in writing. And it's language arts, it's history, it's those kinds of courses that round you out to the point where you can do those kinds of things. Had I known that I was going to become the expert in DNA evidence and one of the national experts in it, I probably would have paid a little more attention to high school biology. You never know where your life is going to take you or what profession you're going to end up in. So it's important to come out of high school as well-rounded as you can. And don't forget those skills of getting up, presenting yourself, making an argument, giving a speech. Those kinds of things are very important and very hard for some people. So high school is really your chance to do that. And if it's something that you really like, then you may want to consider becoming a trial lawyer.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Welcome back. That was really cool. That was really neat to see how language arts can be used in the real world. I mean, of course, we speak and write and communicate every day, but it's really neat to see that a lot of these techniques are actually used in the real world. So